following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my friends. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the afternoon. It's not the morning, it's the afternoon. You know, I went in. My partner state was last night, and Tam was last night. So, you know, we got it in one more time before he left this morning, man. But I am here. I'm in the flesh. And we got discussions. We get to talk about opinions and facts. Doesn't that sound great, y'all? That we get to talk about opinions and facts. There's a saying. A wise man bases his opinions from facts. Why it's the fucking idiot, no, I ain't gonna say it like that, that base facts from opinions. You gotta learn how to decipher between the two. Facts is what you want. Then you develop your opinion off the facts. So we're gonna talk about Mr. Josh McDaniels. Is he bad? Is he a bad play caller? Is he horrible? You know what I mean? Is he horrible? Or does, and I go to stats because the stats are the facts. Numbers don't lie. I'm a stat type dude. I like the factuals of it. Show me the numbers. And I tell you about percentages and averages can fool you. Show me the numbers behind a percentage and an average. I don't buy into that shit. I want the hardcore numbers. Exactly. And I got them for you today, y'all. We're going to break it down. We're going to see if Josh McDaniels is just a horrible play caller or just people just riding on drinking the Kool-Aid and just following suit behind other people's opinions. I don't develop opinions without facts. I got to know, okay, let me break it down and let me see. And there's some interesting shit out there. I got some interesting shit out there. But before we get into that, man, let's get into the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up this afternoon, man, hanging with your boy Lunatic. We about to go in on it in a minute. You know what I mean? Shout out to Circus Raider, Lunatic in the Nation. I was at the game yesterday. It was a fun game. It was, but still pissed. We lost. Me too. To the Winers, to the 69ers. Stidham surprised the hell out of me. Me too. I didn't know what to expect, but I try to analyze the whole scenario as far as his knowledge of the game. And maybe I want to see, would he have been nervous in that situation to finally get his starting debut? He's been in the league. This is his 4th year. Never started. But you know, not Green Bay, but in New England, he was not going to start over Brady. He was there when Brady was there. You know what I mean? He didn't get the starting job over the people that's there as well. But just because you don't get the starting job and somebody beats you out don't mean you're going to be trash. You know what I mean? After all, Aaron Rodgers didn't come in the league starting. He was on the bench behind Brett Favre for 2 years. It happens. Steve Young didn't come in starting right away. He was behind. Oh, let's see, who was he behind? Montana? He was, huh? You know what I mean? That scenario is a whole nother thing. But as far as the stats go, the numbers don't lie. Numbers never lie unless a motherfucking forge them. Remember that shit. Shout out to Dominic 5, man. Salute to you, my guy. Thank you for pulling up. Graham Cam, my guy. Top of the afternoon. We got Gord Peterson, Loon and Raider Nation. Well, hey, that's right. We in this motherfucker. We got Dirty Raider in the motherfucking house, man. Salute. Circus Raider, I got you. I got Gord Peterson, Circus Raider, Gord Peterson, Circus Raider, Grand Can, Circus Raider, Gord Peterson. No, let me quit. Hey, shout out to all y'all, man. To those who are watching for the first time, man, thank you for pulling up and supporting the channel. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that like. And please leave a comment and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about the content that I release, even breaking news. Got it? Got it. All right. So let's get into it, man. I like stats. I've always been a stat dude. My nickname at the job back in California, they used to call me Stat Man because I was obsessed with numbers. Numbers rule the world. Everything contains math. Everything. It doesn't matter. It contains math. So math is something I focus on, and it's a statistical category, consists of numbers in sports. So we don't go over this shit. I just want to know. I know the defensive side of the ball. That's a whole nother story, a whole nother can of worms to get into. But we're gonna get into this offense, man. It kind of like the thing that opens my eyes in this shit. You try to decipher and see, is Josh McDaniels just fucking trash? Is he fucking horrible? Does he not belong in the NFL? Should he go to Pop Warner? Should he go to the USFL, the XFL? Is he just fucking trash? And for somebody to be a trash ass play caller, it kind of opens my eyes to seeing, like, in the same season, his first season with the Raiders this year, not only has Josh Jacobs broke the single game record for the Raiders all time, beating Bo Jackson, 229 yards. He's also the only player since at least 1950. Raise your hand if you was born before 1950. I can't raise mine. I'm only 50, but not 1950. He's the only player since at least 1950 with 225 plus rush yards and 70 plus receiving yards in a single game. And that was the game earlier this year when he just broke out. Nobody's done that since 1950. And he's running the plays that's being called by Josh McDaniels. Let's not bypass that. The play that was called through the whole game is called by Josh McDaniels. So to be the only player ever since 1950 to do such a feat on a horrible ass play calling offense. Now, I'm looking at the numbers. I don't give a fuck who's the coordinator. I give a fuck about who's the head coach. What are we producing? What's being produced? Now, you cannot show me out of all 32 motherfucking teams, show me a coach that coached a perfect game. Tell me what perfection is, and I tell you, you'll never catch it. There is no such thing as perfection. Period. You can chase it, but you'll never catch it. You will never be perfect a day in your life. Ever. You will never call the perfect game. Ever. You will never be the perfect receiver. Ever. The perfect quarterback. Ever. You won't even be the perfect husband, the perfect brother, a perfect friend. That shit don't exist. So for us to look for perfection in something that will never be, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You want to limit your errors. You want to limit your inconsistencies, but the errors and consistencies will always be there, but you try to limit them. You don't want them to overexceed your success. You know what I mean? The success that you have. So it's just hard to fathom that shit. And then you figure in a season, Josh Jacobs, this same season we're talking about, Josh Jacobs' 100-yard games is 6. He's tied for second all-time in Raider history in an offense called by Josh McDaniels. He's tied for second all-time for the most 100-yard games in a season. And we got one game to go. And I'm knock off. I won't even count that game. Because back then, the record that stood was only during a 16-game season. He's second all-time. Right now, currently in this season, Josh Jacobs has the most attempts rushing the ball at 323 carries. He's number one in yards rushing, 1,608 yards he currently has in the season. He's number one in the league in an offense that's called plays by a trash play caller. But yet we're number one. See, these are numbers that don't lie. Let's continue. Now, Josh Jacobs currently has 1,608 yards. The only rusher in Raider history to have more, Marcus Allen. 1,759 yards is what Marcus Allen had in 1985. That means that record stood for 37 years. 37 years, no Raider has ever come close to Marcus Allen's single season rushing record, except for Josh Jacobs, in a season, in an offense that's called by Josh McDaniels. No running back ever has been that close to a single season rushing record of 1,759 yards by Marcus Allen in 1985. How old was y'all in 1985? Just curious. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering if y'all, you know what I mean, if you seen Marcus Allen do it in 85, if you guys are around. I know some of us a little long in the tooth. Try to shave mine down. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But nobody ever came close to that in 37 years. But this year it did. All this is happening in the same season with a first-time coach with us that's calling the plays. And we're only talking offense today. Defense, like I say, that's a whole nother story. All right? So continuing on in the same season, Mr. Davante Adams, first season with the Raiders under Josh McDaniels. Currently, his season consists of, he's played in 16 games. He has 95 receptions for 1,445 yards with a 15.2 yard average and 14 TDs. Right now, Davante Adams in this year, in this offense, under Josh McDaniels, trash calling plays, is the all-time receiving yards and a season passing Tim Brown. Tim Brown had 1,408 yards when he had the record in a single season for the Raiders with 104 receptions. Davante beat that with 9 less receptions. 95 receptions, he beat it. He beat it by almost 40 yards right now. It's still one game to go, but like I said, I won't count that last game because back then there was only 16 games, so let's just go with 16. So Davante Adams has 1,443 yards right now this season, beating all-time Tim Brown. And that Tim Brown record happened in 1997. 25 years ago, no other receiver ever in Raider history had broken that record. It stood for 25 years. But yet this year, we breathe it. These are all records being broke in the same season on the same offense. I mean, this shit, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. And then also, the other thing Davante Adams got, he has the most 100-yard games in a season passing Art Powell, who did it in 1964. Warren Well, who did it in 1965. And Tim Brown, who did it in 1997. Davante passed all them. Those records stood for years, over 50 years. But in this season, his first year, and let's say everybody admits Carr had a down season. So in a down season for Carr, Davante Adams still broke the all-time Raiders record in one season. It's the only season with the Raiders. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. That's why I said I gotta pay attention to the numbers. You know, I'm also with Davante Adams on this season. He has 14 TDs right this year for the Raiders. He tied Warren Wells for second all-time in Raider history. Second all-time in Raider history, Davante Adams did with 14 touchdowns on the season, and I'm not going to count the next week's game. We're just going to stop at 16 because that's fairness to the previous players. But he's second all-time in the same trash offense with the same trash play caller. But yet all these Raider records is getting broken in the same year. They're getting broken. And they're not in a system that they've been in for 4 or 5 years. This is just the first time this system's been installed. Now, either my eyes deceive me, the numbers I'm seeing are not right, you know what I mean? The stats are wrong. Whoever the statisticians are putting these stats in for the numbers that Tim Brown ever had, Marcus Allen had, Davante Adams, Josh Jacobs, either they're wrong or something's not adding up. You can't be a horrible play caller and break all these records that's been around for over 25 years, 50 years, more than that. You can't, in the same season. Now, the defense, I told you, is a different story. They got to be able to stop people. You know what I mean? If it was so horrible, I mean, it's not adding up to me, bro. Against the number one defense, we scored 34 points. They had to score 37 to win. Who gave up the 37? Who gave up the 37? The offense? What, all those 37 points came on pick sixes? Look at the stat. The numbers ain't lying. So whose fault is Mark Davis? We have not had an offense this prolific in a long time. And I'm talking about the weapons on it. And obviously they're being utilized because we're breaking all kinds of offensive records in Raider history. Raider history. And you know how many great wide receivers and graced the field in the silver and black? You know how many running backs we done had greatness wearing silver and black? And maybe some of them may not have been great, but they've been good. But Josh Jacobs is coming in here, and some might say, well, it's a contract year. They didn't give him a fifth year. So he had to produce. So was that a dumb move on the front office to not give him a fifth year? If not giving it to him made him do what he's doing now? You know what I mean? So it's like, where does the blame really go? That's all I want to know. Because stat-wise, we're putting up numbers. Offensively, we're putting up. Nobody ever scored that. The Raiders scored more points on the Niners than they've been scored on their 9-game win streak. More than anybody. So, I mean, if I'm looking at the numbers, what I mean, what is this? Is this a double-edged sword where the numbers is fooling me? Because the only numbers that will fool you, and I told you guys this before, is percentages and averages. Because in order to know your percentages and your averages, you must know the numbers behind it that give it to you. So you never buy into percentages now. Oh, he's averaging 30 points a game. That don't mean that motherfucker's getting 30 points a game, though. It's an average. He can have a fucked up ass 5-game streak where he's only scoring 10. And then get hot 2 games and score 60 each. You know what I mean? It's a roller coaster. But I'm like, the numbers ain't telling me that this dude is trash. And then you can't tell me no other team that does not, like I said, you will never find perfection. There is nobody in the NFL right now calling plays that is calling a complete perfect game. That will not make a bad call here and there. But there is, if you get more positive than you do negative, that's how life works. That's what you want. You want more success than you do failure. But you're going to have failure. What the fuck is going on with my shit? Oh, man, my shit hit my... Nah, man, shut this real quick. But, yeah. Let me get to the chat, man. I ran through these numbers real quick. Shut up the Frank White. You said almost broke records, though. He almost. We're talking about broken records official. But not just by one player. 2 players. You have a star running back and a star receiver, and the first time in their career, no matter where they played, they are getting better. This is the best season Davante Adams ever had. And how many years did he play with? Mr. Aaron Rodgers, the GOAT. But yet he comes into this system and he outperforms that. The most, see, in a season with Green Bay, I think the most touchdowns he ever had was 18. He's at 14 right now with a game to go. But last year, it was the most yards he ever had in the NFL, but he beat it this year. And we're talking about Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. The mystique of, you know what I mean, a Lambeau Field. The greatest quarterback since whoever to come in and save an organization after Brett Favre leaves. That dude, and had 9 years to play with Davante Adams. So even with 9 years under him, Davante comes here with 1. and beats those numbers. That can't be a bad play calling. I don't wonder what is it? Bad play calling is, nigga, we only can score 10 points a game. Plays are so trash, we can't even, everything's a check down. Can't go deep. And we seen with Stidham's performance yesterday that it didn't matter. And when I say didn't matter, I'm not saying as far as individual stats at quarterback. I'm saying as far as how the offense goes. Now, there's been times that this offense goes and it stalls. And Stidham got in there yesterday, and a lot of places where we would have stalled at, it succeeded. Him being able to move out the pocket and roll out and continue to play gave us a lot of more life, a lot of more opportunities. But it's still the same plays call. As a matter of fact, they say that there's more in the playbook that was open with Stidham than they did with Carr, just for the knowledge factor. Devontae Adams said it. Darren Waller said the same shit. Oh, you guys may be surprised at Stidham, but we knew. When they said when Stidham came to the team day one, he was directing the wide receivers in practice on, okay, you want to go this way, you want to do that. But it's the same system. Different outcome. What's the most points we scored this year? Was it yesterday? 34? I'm mad we lost that motherfucking game. But damn, the way the way our defense is guarding right now, bro, the middle of the field is open 24/7. And every team is attacking that. They're going up the middle on us on these passes. Then yesterday, they were really running the ball up the middle. There was no Perryman there. There was no pressure at all. No Chandler Jones. So, I mean, and I know we were hard on Chandler Jones at the beginning of the season, but he started getting, you know what I mean? But now, when we talk about the defense, that's going to be another subject as well. Like, is it really Patrick Graham? Or is it the lack of the personnel that he needs to make it work? Is it both? But I'm looking at the offense, and I'm like, this offense produces. And there's been time that, and the thing I've been questioning about this team hasn't been the offense, hasn't been the defense. I question the in-game adjustments that we make or lack thereof. I don't think we make good in-game adjustments. Because like I said, when you go into a halftime with a lead, you don't change nothing dramatically when you have the lead. The team losing does. They come out and change shit because it's not working for them. But when you got the lead, you're pretty much being told, continue doing what you're doing, and you might change a couple of things to give you another wrinkle or another advantage, but you don't do anything drastic when you're on the team with the lead or with the lead. But when you go into the second half and the team that makes the adjustments start catching up, what about your in-game adjustments to counter that? I think we lack that shit. I think we lack that a whole lot. But a lot of games this year was lost by the defense. Let's keep it a buck. We had the lead. All the defense had to do was maintain it. You don't let them just run through you. And that's been all year. This defense been doing that shit. Against the Rams. Come on, bro. Mayfield. He just ran through the defense like it wasn't there. Every team done did that shit to us this year. Like the defense don't even exist. The only thing we can hang our hat on defense is Max Crosby. I don't see nobody else on that defense that they don't impress me. I'm questioning Merritt. What do we do with him? Do we move on from him? Because man, that defense is fucking trash. I'm going to tell you now. I've never seen a defense just allow anything to happen up, especially in the middle of the field, bruh. I mean, it's like every team does this to us. They just shred us. Don't matter if the offense scored 40. Don't matter. We could have had 40 points yesterday. These motherfuckers, Niners would have just ran down and scored a touchdown. Win the game. 47-40. There's a lot more, man, and it's like this shit it all has to come together. But I want to know whoever deserves the blame deserves the blame. And it's not going to be one part of this team. There's multiple things. That's why if you go into the draft and you're talking about you need to fix multiple things, then that means there's multiple things wrong. if you gotta fix them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there's a lot of shit that need to be fixed on defense, bro. And the last resort on that one, if it ain't the personnel causing this defense to not be good, who gets the blame? It's got to be the coordinator. Who's calling the plays? Who's architecting? Who's the architect of the defense that's failing? You know. Let me move down this shit. Man, I got a lot of shit on here. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Raider Nation, Jason. Yeah, I've been noticing with Morik. It's like he's lost. Don't be surprised if Morik is gone, bro. They're gonna clear that defense is about to be cleaned the fuck out. It's gonna be cleaned out. And what about our opinion on Nate Hobbs? Do you think Nate Hobbs is really good, or because he made a lot of mistakes yesterday? And why these motherfuckers ain't teaching the players to wrap up when they tackle? You let these motherfuckers get extra yards on you. It's like you motherfuckers start doing some curls and shit. Hit the gym. You know what I mean? The only other maybes besides Max I like on defense is Amik. Yeah, Amik, shout out to Amik Robinson. I like Amik because Amik does not back down. Amik could perform bad on a play, but he's willing to take the challenge to do it. Like, hey, throw him the ball again, and let's see what happens this time. I like Amik. He has that in him. Remember, I told you the kind of team I want is the team that got like a Max Crosby passion for the game as well as motor. Amik is another one of those guys that got that. He got the passion and he got the motor. I like Amik. Tillery shows promise, but you got to remember, he has not played with us all season. So he's still lagging behind everybody else. But after the season's over with and we start over again and start with the camps and the draft and the free agencies and load shit up, reload, then you give them full season. And like I said, I don't know if Patrick Graham's defense is really trash or is it the players. And we're talking about the players now. None of these players really move me. They don't move me. Max Crosby is pretty much it. I say Perryman too. Before he went down, Perryman's solid. And like I said, he's not a perfect linebacker, but he gives you effort. He plays. And that's all you want. I can beat a lot of teams with a team full of people that give me effort every snap over those who just, you know what I mean, play when they want to. Shout out to Randy Moss. Shout out to Amari Cooper. You know, when they just want to play when they want to, when they feel like playing, I want a motherfucker to want to play every snap. For real. Yeah, you're supposed to coach up your players. But damn, a grown-ass man, if you work for me and your production starts dropping, I mean, do you blame another grown-ass man for another grown man's failures? These motherfuckers know what they got to do. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers don't have the heart. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers think it's okay to quit. Oh, I'll get him next play. You know what I mean? I'll get him next year. There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of different kind of personalities on this team. We want the kind of personalities that's ready to bust their fucking ass to get a win by any way possible. You know what I mean? So, Sean, you saying that the offense let up? Because usually 34 points get you a W. Last time I checked, the average scoring in the league, 34 points should have won. But not if you give up 37. You gave up damn near a 40 burger. You can't give up 37 and tell your offense now go score 38. You know what I mean? Okay, we're down 37, go score 38 to win the game. There ain't no team averaging 38 points a game. But we was only 4 points away from 38. You know what I mean? But shit, hindsight 2020, what's did is what's done. Yeah, but you got to remember, there was no sacks in this game from the Niners. The number one defense had no sacks yesterday. None. You know what I mean? But there's been times with I know sometimes play calling, there is suspect play calling at times. Yes, there is. Every fucking team does it. Every team makes a dumbass play. Remember last year when we played the Chargers? Remember when they decided to call a timeout? Wasn't that a dumbass play on their behalf? Should have just played for overtime. Let's go back to the New England game this year that we played. Wasn't it a dumbass play to try to pitch the motherfucking ball back when you could have just played for overtime? Dumbass play. Every fucking team makes it, from Kansas City to fucking Philadelphia to the Dallas Cowboys to the Seattle Seahawks. It don't matter. Every team makes dumbass play calls. But you try to limit the dumbness from the smart plays. You want them to be more smart plays than there is dumb plays. But you're gonna have it. You're trying to outthink your opposite. It's a chess. It's like you make a fucking wrong move in chess. People make wrong moves in chess all the time because they're trying to outthink their opponent. You don't just go with the vanilla. You know what I mean? You try to get an advantage, and sometimes you gamble. You gamble, and sometimes those gambles don't work. You know what I mean? Like when we was on the goal line, and they give it to Josh Jacobs, and he didn't get it. You would think, oh, you should have did, this or did that. But fucking Josh Jacobs is the leader in the league of rushing. You don't think he can't get 1 yard with Jakob Johnson in front? But when they destroyed, who was it that got thrown to the motherfucking side on that damn offensive line? Was it the guard? The left guard just got tossed to the side and they came up and stopped the play? That fucking offensive lineman fucked up. But you giving it to your bell cow. It's just like, okay, let's say that wasn't Josh Jacobs. Say we had Bo Jackson in his prime and we're at the 1 yard line. Would you have quarterback sneaked it or would you give it to Bo? Because Bo didn't score touchdowns on every, goal line opportunity. And Bo was one of the rawest motherfuckers that ever touched the fucking pigskin. You feel me? So sometimes you try to gamble and your gamble don't pay off. Sometimes you make a call that you shouldn't have done, but you were trying to gamble. It wasn't like you're trying to intentionally go out there and sabotage a potential win. You're trying to get a strong arm up like, what was Al Davis mean? It don't matter what the fuck plays we run. Stop us. We can't do that same shit with Josh Jacobs and he's killing everybody this year. Josh Jacobs is killing the game. He's leading the season in rushing. Of course you go to him. I can understand if we had a motherfucking running back that's 32nd in the league in rushing and you give it to him on a goal line situation. That motherfucker ain't gonna get it. There's a reason why he's 32nd in the league in rushing and played every game. But Josh Jacobs is number 1. Aren't we supposed to have weapons to utilize them? You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you gamble and you come up short. Everybody out there, you don't win your motherfucking fantasy football season because you gamble on the picks you make. You don't go to the casino and you hit on the crap table all the time. It's a gamble. You win some, you lose some, but you try to keep your losing to a minimum and keep your winnings above water, above breaking even. It's a gamble. You try to, and motherfuckers outthink themselves sometimes trying to outthink the opponent. We know you know what we know, what you know, that we know, that you know, that we gonna do this, so we gonna do that. That shit happens, bro. Motherfuckers outthink shit sometimes, all the time. A matter of fact, it's human nature. You trying to get the leverage on a motherfucker. You trying to catch a motherfucker sleeping. You know what I mean? Or you think you that good where it's like, fuck it, beat me then. That was the same mentality that won us 3 Super Bowls. It don't matter if you know what we gonna do. Stop it. Stop us then. Look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna give it to Marcus Allen. You know what I mean? We gonna give the ball to Tim Brown. Stop the shit. Stop it. It's just like nobody say nothing when you know you're going to go to Tyreek Hill in Miami or Kansas City. Stop it. You know what I mean? When we had Ruggs before he got into his bullshit, you knew we was going to go deep to Ruggs. Stop it. These motherfuckers couldn't. That's just another situation. You went with your hot hand. You went with your league leading rusher to try to get in the end zone, and you didn't do it. Not because of him not trying, but other motherfuckers did not do their job. They just threw that motherfucker. Who the left guard, man? Who was it in that lineup? Was it I'm trying to remember who they had in there yesterday. He just tossed that motherfucker to the side like he wasn't shit. And got right up in the gap. I mean, come on now. If that motherfucker would have held his block, that motherfucker would have never stopped the play. A matter of fact, didn't we get a touchdown with Jacobs running at the goal line? It worked then. So it was like motherfuckers just they gamble shit, man. Oh, Miller. It was Miller, huh? It was the tackle. See? Y'all seen that play? He just got tossed. They just tossed him out the way like what it was, his weight wasn't over his feet. He was leaning forward and they just used his momentum against him. He just tossed him and that motherfucker falling and shit. And they got in there and stopped the play. It was Colton Miller. For real. So let me, when you, Joe L.E., if Miller would have held his block and that never happened, do you think we would have scored? Exactly, Nutty Raider Nate. If that motherfucker would have did his job, we would have scored. You go with your bread and butter. That wasn't a dumb play call. Motherfucker didn't expect Miller to get punked like that. Shit, Ashton Kutcher should have jumped out the black hole and been like, "Ha, you been punked, bitch." You know what I mean? Come on, bro. That's why they say if everybody does their job, we will be successful. We will be successful. We get penalties by Illuminor, kill some shit. Was it Parham? I'm trying to remember. They got the penalty. It's like, if everybody does their job, and there's been other players that been under Josh McDaniels in Denver that said the same shit. He said whenever we did what was our job and we did what we were supposed to, we never lost the game. But all it takes is one motherfucker to step out of line and everything goes to shit. And we seen it with that Colton Miller play. One motherfucker didn't do his job and the other motherfucking 10 players suffered the consequences of not scoring and turning the ball over. Everybody got to be on point, man. That had nothing to do with a play call. That has to do with doing your fucking job. You know what I mean? That's why I say anybody who deserves the blame deserves the blame. That's crazy. In 2015, yeah, we could have had Bosa. For real. Yeah, man. That's why I said this offense the numbers ain't showing me it's trash. Come on now, where are we ranked in scoring in the league? We gotta be up there. We got the best receiver, the best running back in the system that's ran by Josh McDaniels, and he's calling the play. How is that trash to have the best in the league? We just not finishing games off. Our in-game adjustments suck ass. Our defense is trash. Call a spade a spade. But I know one thing. You can tell Stidham is comfortable in his offense than Carr was. Stidham knew what the fuck he was doing. I was waiting to see if this motherfucker was going to, tuck his tail and get shell-shocked by all, you know what I mean? By being in his first ever starting situation. I thought he was going to, I wanted to see what he's going to do under pressure. He showed me. And then for him to tell the team he apologized, he didn't get the job done, and they tell you, "Oh man, get out of here, you balled out." Everybody said that shit. Devontae said that shit. So if your teammates is behind you, you're gonna be successful, bro. They got him. They know he knew the system. They've been saying this shit. They said there was a reason why we traded for Stidham. You got to remember, he wasn't a free agent. What did we give up for him? You know, I'm gonna find out right now. I forgot was it a fifth or a fourth? What did the Raiders give up for Jarrett Stidham trading with New England? You know, everybody laughed about Stidham. Because Stidham does not have a body of work. And sometimes you get stories of motherfucking quarterbacks that come out of nowhere and just somewhere they're in the right situation, in the right system, and they ball the fuck out. Kurt Warner, didn't Kurt Warner come from what, the USFL or some shit? And the same with fucking Steve Young came from the USFL. These motherfuckers weren't NFL day ones. But they found their niche. They found where they belong. They found how to be successful. And then you look at the weapons that were around them, though. Look who Steve Young had around him. And this is the same scenario. Look who Stidham got around him. The number one rusher and the number one touchdown receiver in the league on the same team. And then you see when Waller's healthy, we know what Waller can do. You know what I mean? Waller didn't have 1,000-yard seasons. Renfro had 1,000-yard receivers, but like they say, they were the only targets at the time. But now that it's balanced out, it's like they're not going to get that many targets with a legitimate number one, but yet they're still part of the offense. They're still a threat. Shit, hey, Renfro could have broke one yesterday if he would have broke that last tackle. It was nothing but green grass in front of him. And then what about Waller's play? You know what I mean? Pass interference in the end zone to catch down the right sideline. Come on now. These motherfuckers, and you got to remember, these motherfuckers missed weeks. How many times have Waller and Renfro and Adams all had a motherfucking opportunity to play with Stidham? Now, some people say, well, once other teams get film on Stidham, shit, the offense is the offense. The offense is still moving. But the way it showed fluidity yesterday, it was a natural flow to the game. They had a rhythm, especially the first drive. When was the first time we even punted the ball yesterday? And then to say that we didn't come out the halftime and play, didn't we get the ball back in the third quarter after we kicked it to the Niners and drove down and scored? That was in the third quarter. Let me see this shit. What I was looking at. The Patriots are working on a trade to send quarterback Jarrett Stidham to the Raiders. The team will flip late round picks in the deal. So that's what we flip picks with. So, again, prior to the 2019 NFL draft, which he was. Yeah, but from what the players are saying, they were all saying, hey, Stidham came in day one knowing this shit. And you see the comfort level. You see the comfort level of the knowledge of the system. But I do need more body of work. I don't want to just rely on that one game. Now let's go into Kansas City. Kansas City going to leave their starters out there. If Stidham goes toe-to-toe with fucking Mahomes, what's his name? Patrick Mahomes? Oh, Mahomes, my bad. With Patrick Mahomes. Oh, there was 1 4th and 1. Yeah, at times, but sometimes you don't. You got to gauge your play calling by how your team is on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? So it's like you going up against the number one defense, bruh. So that means these, and they showed it. But even though they showed it, we still threw a 34 on them with a first-time starter ever in his career. So glow. Oh shit. I bust out the Jerry curl. Hey, I go get motherfucking Cleophas Jenkins. Exactly. We scored in every quarter. That's why I said there was not no letdown. It was a letdown on defense. Let's keep that a buck. But there was no letdown on offense. Let me get that. Let me see this shit real quick, man. NFL. I want to get this. Let me double check. And you know, some people say, "Oh, we've been doing it all year. We go in the second halftime and come out and the offense didn't do shit wrong. We scored in every quarter. We scored as much in the fourth quarter as we did in the first. We scored as much in the first half as we did in the second. That's not taking your foot off the gas. Because the first half looked splendid. Stupendous. The first half was like, it looked like perfection. Well, the Raiders came out after halftime and scored the same amount of points. You should have won the game with 34 points. That's what I'm getting to. 34 points should have won the game. Hands down. Yeah, they did have better O-lines and proven coaches, but I'm saying, where did they come from? They weren't first-round pick or number one overall quarterback picks. They weren't like, oh, coming out of college and like, oh, he's going to be the next Manning or the, you know what I mean? They weren't those kind of players. They weren't those kind of players. And I said, but look what they had around them. And I look at Stidham like, you said better coaches. Dog, we scored. How are we mad at the offense for scoring 34 points on the number one defense? Why aren't we mad at the 37 the defense gave up? We gave up 37 points. That's why I say I don't think Josh McDaniels deserves the blame. We're producing. Of course he makes calls that's questionable. Every coach does. Like I said, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. You win and you lose, but you hope you win more than you lose. Shit, there's a reason why no team went undefeated since the 72 Dolphins. Because you're going to lose. You just hope you win more than you lose. But yeah, the scoring yesterday, you can't say, oh, the Raiders went in halftime and did it again. They took their foot off the gas and motherfucker, they scored the same amount of points in the second half as they did the first half, and everybody was applauding the first half like, let's go Raiders. Look again. We scored 34 points, man. It's a shame. If 34 points can't get you a win in the NFL, I don't know what to say then. That directly points to your defense. You score 34, but you lose. That ain't got nothing to do with the play calling on the offense. That's everything on the defense. What the fuck your defense do wrong to give up 37 points to the Niners? The same Niners that lost to Denver, 10-11? They might say, oh, it's a different team now. They're on a win streak. Well, let's go back and look at their scores. They scored 47 against us yesterday. Let's go look and see what the Niners have did all season. Let's see. So we won't even look at the first few games, but we're going to look at the scoring. Week 1, the Niners scored 10 points. Week 2, the Niners scored 27 points. Week 3, they scored, oh, wait a minute. What's this? Yep. Week 3 against Denver, they scored 10 points. They scored 24 against the Rams. They scored 37 against the Panthers. The Panthers. Of course, they gave up 37. They scored 14 against Atlanta. They scored 23 against the Chiefs, 31 against the Rams, 22 against the Chargers, 38 against the Cardinals. 38 against the Cardinals. 13 against the Saints, 33 against the Dolphins, 35 against the Buccaneers, 21 against Seattle. They scored 37 on the Washington Commanders. We know the Commanders ain't doing shit. And they scored 37 on us. Those last few games, they got hot. They on a 9-game win streak? But man, we can't blame the offense for the 37 we gave up. Now, you could if it was all pick sixes. You know what I mean? Shout out to shout out to Rich Gannon for the 2002 Super Bowl. 5 INTs, 3 pick sixes. But yeah, he's the greatest quarterback since since what? Sliced bread? No, I ain't gonna knock him. No, Gannon was solid. He just had a horrible Super Bowl. A horrible Super Bowl. Man, we couldn't cover shit. We couldn't cover a sleeping child with his blankie. Hey, see, Damien, hey, that defense. That's the that what bend don't break, but they broke. They got broke. Man, that's what I'm saying. The defense is, bruh. They need to do something with this though. But now we got an opportunity to fix this shit. And it comes down to the draft and free agency. The Raiders must hit on their draft picks. They must spend their money wisely because they will have a shitload of money. It's now especially that they're trying to get a trade. They'll try to trade Cole right after the Super Bowl. That frees up a lot of shit. Now you'll have money, and I do not, please don't. Now this will be a stupid move they make. If Josh McDaniels and Ziegler decide to trade for a quarterback. I'm like, bro, we're going to waste some picks on a QB when the defense is fucking trash? There's a new defense. We're running the Swiss cheese cover too. You know the defense that got a whole bunch of holes in it? We're running the Crocs. We got the Crocs defense. The defense with all the holes in it. He was wide open for real. Like I said, the middle of the field was so fucking open. It's like, God dang, man, what the fuck y'all running a 7-Eleven? I'm fucking open all day long. Got a 7-Eleven in the middle of the field at Allegiant Stadium. What's the deal, Willie Wayne? Top of the afternoon to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. No, you better not trade for no Nathan Peterman. Fuck no. Oh, we know that. Niners aren't good in big games. Playoff games and shit like that, yeah, I think the limelight they're not built for the limelight unless you got boy cheerleaders. Oh, wait a minute, they do. My bad. These motherfuckers, hey, the Niners were so spooked. They was spooked yesterday. I ain't never seen motherfuckers so spooked. Don't talk shit during the game, but wait till after what the final score is. And I've been talking shit since Friday. Fuck your team on Friday. Fuck your team Saturday, Sunday, and today. Niners ain't shit, never gonna be shit. You in a weak-ass NFC against weak-ass Rams, mediocre-ass Seattle, weak-ass Arizona. Then you got a whole NFC South full of weakness. Come on, bruh. Your division alone will give you 6 wins off top. Shit, another 4 wins, you in the playoffs. Shit, well, actually, NFC South, what? Another 3, another 2 wins? You in the playoffs? Playoffs? Fuck no. Fuck no. But see, it is believed. That's why I said, now we got to get, I know about the offense. I'm knowing the offense is all right. I'll give a fuck. Right side of the line, yeah, you need to get some, you know what I mean, some stability there. But defense is the whole fucking focus this all season. The fucking defense. Now we got to figure out, is it Patrick Graham or is it the personnel or is it his scheme? Well, Patrick Graham and his scheme is one and all. But is it Patrick Graham or is it the lack of the personnel to run his defense? We gonna answer that question after this postseason. That question is next to be answered. So when you go out there and you get these dominating ass defenders in college in the draft, you go out there and get some solid free agent veterans. Then we gonna answer that question. Now we got to get to that part of the story. Shit, I'm pretty sure if they do a trade with a team, they'll set it up where the motherfuckers can't renege, or you know what I mean? You can't afford to take a risk like that. But then again, Carr got the cheapest contract with the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Now I know he done took a hit on the production, but shit, if everybody think that Josh McDaniels is trash, then they might just say, well, Carr's not trash, it was just the play calling. So maybe we can get 3 first-round picks then. Since it's Josh McDaniels' play calling that made Carr horrible, but yet Stidham look like a fucking goat. And plus the shit being reported, man, by these media outlets, man, some of these motherfuckers are suspect. You know what I mean? It's like motherfuckers rather be first with the news than be right with the news. I don't understand that. I'd rather be right. I give a fuck if I'm first. I'll be the last motherfucker to tell you the same story, like, oh, you know, such and such and them already did a story on it. Yeah, but they left out the truth. You know what I mean? They was first, but they left out the truth. And that's what I'm trying to bring is the truth, man. It's these motherfuckers always want to try to jump the gun on shit. You know what I mean? You don't listen to these motherfuckers, man. Hey, Damon, for real. That be that old weak ass shit they be saying. Well, at least we went further than the Raiders. Nigga, everybody went further than the Raiders in the playoffs, dumbass. That's why they in the playoffs and we not. Everybody went further. When you make the playoffs and we don't, everybody went further than the Raiders that's in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Shit. Oh my God. Motherfuckers say, hey, you know how they say kids say the darndest things? Shit, sometimes adults say the damnedest thing. What the fuck you just say? What the fuck you just say? You said what? At least you went further than the Raiders. Motherfucker, that ain't nothing to brag about, motherfucker. That we ain't at our best. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, hey, I scored 60 on the 6th graders. Nigga, you scored 60 against the 6th graders. And who? You bragging about that shit? Yeah, I dunked on a 3rd grader. Come on, bro. These motherfuckers, boy, be tickling me like a motherfucker. They say the dumbest ass shit. Oh, man, come on now. We know they all choke. Hey, we the people, huh? Oh, retarded motherfucker. Oh, Corky Life Goes On ass motherfucker. Y'all remember that show, Life Goes On? Corky. I'm not talking bad about people with Down syndrome. I'm just saying. They don't function same as an adult that don't have it. But they still get love. So I'm not hating on them. I'm just bringing that point up. Because some people, they, you know what I mean? They lying, you know what I mean? Hey, they got the Chargers mentality. Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Hey, you laughing? Hey, go ahead and support the channel. Who hit us up? One Up. Shout out to One Up for subscribing to the channel, man. It's all love, my brother or sister. I don't know. I just see the name. I see One Up. It don't tell me what your pronoun is. So thank you for subscribing, man. You're always welcome here, man, for real. Oh no, hey, they don't want Raider Stan out in this motherfucker, boy. Raider Stan, hey, you know that motherfucker. He think he gangster now. He done got the Raider Allegiance shirt and then the Raider hat and shit. Hey, Stan think he think he big pimping for real. That motherfucker done got his stepped his drip up. He got his Raider drip up. Ain't that right, Stan? You motherfucker right. Yep. Oh shit. Romeo. No, hey, Stan ain't gonna come out, man. Y'all be ready this weekend. Like I said, the giveaway for the 1,000 subs will be this coming Saturday at noon. So stay tuned. It's going down. I'm gonna do a pick a lucky winner. I'm still trying to figure out how to work this the virtual raffle machine thing, but we'll be all right by Saturday. I'll get it in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That third. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Thank you for the support. Shit. They do win rings. The motherfuckers, hey, when they get out the tub, they leave that dark ring in the tub. That's the only ring the Niners got. You know, that bang bang booty gang shit is real, dog. That shit is real. Real professional booty bandits. Oh, we knew that shit. I can tell the difference because I told people this before the game. I said they thought that it was going to dumb down the playbook. I said, no, I think it's the opposite. I think the playbook is going to open up because you have someone who knows this shit. Carr was learning the shit. Stidham knows it. He was brought in here to teach everyone, and that's what the receivers and tight ends were saying, that Stidham would have the receivers and tight ends in the right position on plays. Okay, what you want to do is come here and go here. And he was breaking it down. That's what Waller said. That's exactly what Stidham came in day one and was doing. He knew the shit, and you could tell by his play, he was comfortable in it. He wasn't panicking and trying to figure out what to do. He was looking off the defenders. He was rolling out the pocket when nothing was there to make things happen and to prolong a play. He did a lot of good shit. So that allowed Josh McDaniels to go ahead and open up that playbook a little more because Stidham was comfortable in it. He knew it. You seen the difference. See, we got Niner fans that's telling us, you know what I mean? They see the game. They know what was up. So look, JD1, let me ask you this. What did you notice about McDaniels' play calling? What did it look like to you? Did it look like it was open more, or I want to hear somebody else's opinion outside of the nation. Come on, bro. It was a big difference that play, and some of the plays that were never ran with Carr. They never did a rollout play with Carr. There was plays that was intentionally made for Stidham to roll out. He's more mobile than Carr is. That's facts. And he knows the system. It was opening up. And the plays, hey, Josh McDaniels didn't call a play to make Carr overthrow a receiver or to underthrow him. He called the same plays with Stidham. Stidham was hitting his targets. It took a while for him to even have a drop pass on there on the first drives they had of the game. Nah, come on, Jordan. You know damn well the way the NFL is. If I'm paying a motherfucker $30 million and fucking Stidham is getting $965,000, who you think is starting? Who you think is starting for your team? That's the nature of the beast, bro. The only reason why they bench Carr is because of the performance. They didn't know. They just got to the point where it was like, man, we're gonna move on from him. They already that came to their mind, and maybe in their mind they're saying Stidham is next in line. They want to see him in action with the starters in a live game, and he proved them he can handle the task, which will save the Raiders a whole fucking lot of money. Like I said, Stidham is making under $1 million. Under $1 million is what his contract is. If you give him a new contract to be your starter, how much you think Stidham is going to get? It ain't going to be 20 mil. He ain't got a body of work to do it. They'll probably give him a little 2-3 year deal after this year. Maybe 2. You know what I mean? Let's get more body of work and see if you really that guy, or let him compete with whoever they decide to bring in here for the starting job. But he ain't getting top dollar. Fuck, he ain't getting top dollar now. There's a gang of motherfuckers on the fucking roster that don't play that's making more than Stidham. Shit. All right, y'all, about to shut this shit down, man. It's 1 o'clock. Take my ass, get ready, lay down for a minute, and go to work tonight, man. But I thank you guys for pulling up, hanging out with your boy, man. About to call it the motherfucking day. You guys enjoy your motherfucking day. You know what I mean? Fuck it. It is what it is. Still writers on mine, though. We gonna beat the shit out the Queens. Ah, shit. Fuck your team Friday. Oh, you know what? No, there will be a fuck your team Friday. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Yes, fuck your team Friday. Y'all be ready. We're going to go back in on the Queeks again. Let's see if we can get a victory out of their ass this time around. We should have got it last time we played them. You know what I mean? But you know how that go. And shout out to JD1, man. I hope you have a horrible day. I hope your dog get hit by a car and your girl give you VD. So with that being said, shout out to the nation, man. Love y'all, man. See y'all tomorrow morning. He said, that's a cold shot, man. I hope your dog get hit by a car and your girl give you VD. So enjoy your day. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to get a Band-Aid for your booty hole. Bang, bang, booty gang. I'm out this motherfucker, man. Y'all enjoy your day, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Is the Good Morning Raider Nation Live podcast, man, with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, man. Love y'all, man. Enjoy your day. I'm out this bitch.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?